There's a secret that the billion-dollar men's health industry has no interest in sharing with you. Why? Because it would cost them money. You see, they profit enormously from convincing men that fatigue, low libido, and physical decline after 60 are inevitable. That the only way forward is through expensive prescriptions, injections, or lifelong hormone therapy. But what if I told you they're wrong? What if I told you that the key to restoring your energy, sharpening your mind, rebuilding your strength, and reclaiming your confidence is already sitting in your kitchen, not in the medicine cabinet, in the produce drawer? I'm Dr. Ruth, and for over 30 years, I've worked side by side with older men in their 62nd, 72nd, even 82nd, who came to me convinced their best days were behind them, and I helped them discover something they never expected. That decline wasn't their destiny. It was just the result of missing information and missing nutrition. Because your body is not trying to fail you, it's trying to signal you. And the signal is this: you're running on empty. Now, here's where things get exciting. Today, I'm going to show you how 3 powerful natural fruits, all easy to find, all delicious, can rebuild blood flow to the areas where you've lost sensation and stamina, revive testosterone production gently without synthetic hormones, and restore your energy at the cellular level so you wake up with fuel in the tank again. No hype, no gimmicks, no pills. This is real food-based medicine. It's supported by science, it's confirmed by clinical studies, and it's backed by the thousands of men I've walked this journey with. Now, most men believe that aging just is what it is, but that's only because no one told them the truth. What if you learned that a single red fruit could flood your arteries with clean, rich oxygen? That a green fruit could help rebalance your hormones and bring your drive back online? And that a yellow fruit, common, cheap, and overlooked, could refuel your mitochondria and restore that mental sharpness you thought was gone? This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about turning on what's still inside you. So, I invite you to stay with me because what you're about to learn could redefine how you age, how you feel in your body, and how you show up for the people you love. And if you stick around until the very end, I'll share a bonus tip, a small morning tweak that helps these fruits work even better together, supercharging your circulation, hormones, and energy levels all at once. Before we dive in, do this for yourself. Subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell so you never miss a real conversation about real solutions for real men like you. And in the comments, if this message hits home, just type 1. If it doesn't yet, type 0 and tell me what you need. I read everything, and I adjust every video based on what you tell me. Now, let's get to the first fruit. It's not exotic. It's not a supplement, but it's been used for thousands of years as a symbol of life, power, and renewal. And modern science proves that reputation was well earned. Let's talk about the pomegranate and why it might just be the best-kept secret in restoring circulation and performance after 60. 1. Pomegranate, the circulation supercharger. Let's begin where so many problems start and where healing can begin. Circulation. If there's one thing I've seen in my decades of working with older men, it's this. When blood flow slows, everything else starts to follow: your stamina, your clarity, your drive, your confidence, even intimacy. And for most men over 60, it's not that they've lost their desire. It's that their body simply can't deliver the blood where it needs to go, not consistently, and not on time. But there's a fruit hiding in plain sight that can change that. It's red, juicy, rich in history, and it's called the pomegranate. Now, I want to take you into the story of James. He was 72 when he walked into my office, a retired contractor, still sharp, still proud, but something had dimmed. He sat down across from me and quietly said, "Doc, I don't feel like myself anymore. I'm slower, less clear, and in the bedroom, it's hit or miss. Mostly miss." He was embarrassed, but he had no reason to be because what James was experiencing wasn't failure. It was a signal. His arteries were stiffening. His nitric oxide levels were declining. And as a result, his body wasn't delivering oxygen and nutrients the way it used to. This is extremely common in men over 60 and completely fixable. That's when I introduced him to pomegranate. What makes pomegranate so powerful? Pomegranate is packed with polyphenols, especially a group called punicogens. These are antioxidant compounds that do 2 incredible things for the male body. They reduce oxidative stress, protecting the lining of your arteries, called the endothelium, from damage, That's crucial because damaged blood vessels are the root of both heart disease and erectile dysfunction. They boost nitric oxide, the master molecule responsible for relaxing and widening your blood vessels so blood can flow easily. This isn't just about performance. It's about everything from mental clarity to circulation in your hands and feet. And here's the exciting part. It doesn't take long to work. One study published in Clinical Nutrition showed that men who drank just 6 ounces of pomegranate juice daily for 2 weeks experienced improved erection quality, increased blood vessel responsiveness, and measurable improvement in testosterone markers. That's 2 weeks, not 2 years, and no prescriptions involved. Back to James. We added 6 ounces of pure unsweetened pomegranate juice to his morning routine. That was it. No new medications, no intense routines. When he came back 3 weeks later, he looked lighter. His face had more color. His voice had more conviction. And then he said with a grin, "I think my wife's been looking at me a little differently again." That wasn't magic. That was blood flow restored by food, not pharmaceuticals. How to use pomegranate for circulation. Here's how to make this work for you. Choose 100% pomegranate juice, not from concentrate, no sugar added. Look for cold-pressed or fresh-pressed if possible. Drink 4 to 6 ounces in the morning, ideally on an empty stomach or with a light meal. You can also eat half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds. Add them to a salad or mix with Greek yogurt. Be consistent. The body responds to repetition, not perfection. Now, let me be clear. Pomegranate isn't a miracle, but it is medicine in the truest sense. And when used daily, it can help protect your heart, reopen vital capillaries, support prostate health, and restore the kind of bedroom confidence most men assume is gone for good. But blood flow is only one part of the picture. To truly feel like yourself again, to wake up with motivation, clear focus, and that quiet confidence you haven't felt in years, you also need to reignite your hormones. And no, I'm not talking about hormone replacement therapy. I'm talking about a creamy green fruit that supports testosterone naturally without side effects, without needles, and without drama. Let's move on to the second fruit, the one I call the silent testosterone ally. Let's talk about the avocado. 2. Avocado, the silent testosterone booster. If pomegranate gets your blood moving, avocado gets your fire back. Because, as you age, it's not just circulation that slows down. It's your testosterone, that essential hormone that fuels your drive, your muscle strength, your focus, and your sense of identity as a man. And let me say this clearly. Low testosterone is not just about sex. It's about how you walk into a room, how you make decisions, how you wake up in the morning feeling like you're in your body, not just going through the motions. So, let me tell you about Michael. He was 68 when I met him, slim, fit, took care of himself. But he sat across from me and said something that hit me in the heart. "Doc, I'm doing everything right, but I just don't feel like a man anymore." He was eating clean, walking daily. He wasn't sick, but he felt flat. No edge, no motivation. He wasn't depressed, but he wasn't alive either. We ran labs. His testosterone was low, not dangerously low, but enough to explain everything he was describing. So instead of giving him a prescription for testosterone gel, I gave him something else. Half an avocado every morning. Why avocados? Rebuild testosterone naturally. This soft green fruit is a hormone-building powerhouse. Here's why. 1. Monounsaturated fats. These are the raw materials your body uses to manufacture testosterone. Unlike saturated or trans fats, these healthy fats support hormone production without clogging arteries. 2. Magnesium. This mineral does 2 things. It supports testosterone synthesis, and it frees up bound testosterone, so the hormone you already have can start working again. 3. Zinc. Low zinc is a direct cause of low testosterone in aging men. Avocados are one of the most bioavailable food sources of zinc in plant form. 4. Vitamin B6. This nutrient reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. And when cortisol is high, testosterone drops. Period. B6 helps create a hormonal environment where testosterone can thrive. In other words, avocado doesn't force testosterone. It creates the conditions where your body starts producing it again naturally. Back to Michael. I asked him to add half of a ripe avocado to his breakfast on eggs, in a smoothie, or just sliced with a pinch of sea salt. Within 1 week, he reported deeper sleep, More energy in the mornings. By the end of the second week, he said, I caught myself singing in the kitchen again. I haven't done that in years. That's testosterone, not the number on a lab test, but the feeling of being vital again. How to use avocado to support hormones. Eat half an avocado per day, preferably in the morning with protein. Best combinations: eggs, sourdough toast, smoothies, or a grain bowl. Add a squeeze of lemon and a drizzle of olive oil to boost absorption. Don't overdo it. Too much fat at once can overwhelm digestion. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds high in zinc and magnesium over your avocado toast or salad. It adds texture and gives testosterone an even stronger boost. I want to be very clear. You don't need shots. You don't need patch. You don't need hormone clinics promising overnight youth. You need real nourishment. Because when testosterone rises naturally, your metabolism improves, your brain sharpens, your recovery speeds up, your motivation returns, and yes, your desire, your performance, and your confidence come back online. And the best part, it's safe, it's sustainable, and it's yours. But here's the truth. Even with great circulation and balanced hormones, your body can still feel sluggish if the engine isn't fueled. That's where our third fruit comes in, a simple yellow staple that might be the most underestimated powerhouse in your entire kitchen. Let's talk about the banana and why it's the secret to restoring steady all-day energy after 60. 3. Banana, the energy igniter and artery protector. Now, let's talk about something deceptively simple. A fruit so common, you've probably eaten it 1,000 times without ever realizing what it's doing for your body. I'm talking about the banana. Most men think of bananas as just a quick snack or a source of potassium to prevent cramps. But what most don't realize is that for men over 60, a banana can be the difference between coasting through the day and crashing halfway through it. Let me introduce you to Thomas. He was 73, a retired school principal, proud father of 5, and one of the most dignified men I've ever had in my office. But when he sat down, his shoulders were slouched, and he said something I've heard far too often. Doc, I'm not sad. I'm not sick. I'm just tired. Not just in my body, but in my spirit. I wake up drained. I move slow. And I don't have the spark I used to. We ruled out major health issues. His labs were stable. His sleep was decent. But when I asked what he ate in the morning, nothing really. Maybe coffee, sometimes toast. I usually wait until lunch. That was the issue. His body wasn't broken. It was empty. Especially after 60. Your body doesn't wake up on autopilot. It needs fuel. The right kind of fuel to jumpstart everything from your metabolism to your circulation to your mental clarity. And that's where the banana comes in. Why bananas are a daily essential after 60. Bananas do more than just give a burst of sugar. They support vascular health, neurological function, mood regulation, mitochondrial energy production. Here's a breakdown of what's inside a single banana that makes it so powerful. 1. Potassium. One banana delivers around 400 milligrams of potassium, a mineral that regulates blood pressure, relaxes blood vessel walls, enhances nutrient delivery throughout the body, reduces the workload on your heart. Combined with the nitric oxide boost from pomegranate, potassium helps keep your arteries open and elastic. 2. Vitamin B6. This supports the production of dopamine and serotonin, your mood and motivation chemicals. It also helps stabilize blood sugar levels, preventing that dreaded mid-morning crash. 3. Magnesium. Essential for muscle relaxation, heart rhythm stability, and hormone balance. Most older men are chronically low on magnesium. Bananas help correct that gently. 4. Tryptophan, a precursor to serotonin, which helps regulate stress, sleep, and emotional resilience, all of which impact performance and intimacy. Back to Thomas. I gave him one simple instruction. Every morning before your coffee, eat one ripe banana. Ideally with a spoonful of peanut butter and a glass of water. Within 4 days, he came back with more color in his face. Within 2 weeks, he told me, I'm not just awake, I'm moving. My mornings feel like mine again. That's what happens when the engine gets fuel. How to use bananas for energy and mood. Eat one banana daily, ideally within 30 to 60 minutes of waking. Pair with nut butter, peanut, almond, or cashew to add protein and slow sugar release. Drink a glass of water alongside to aid digestion and hydration. Avoid pairing with heavy starches or sugary cereals, which cause insulin spikes. Choose bananas with some brown spots. These are easier to digest and richer in antioxidants. Bananas are simple, portable, affordable, but more importantly, they're reliable. They give your heart, brain, and hormones exactly what they need to operate at full power. And when your energy is consistent, everything improves. Your posture, your mood, your response to stress, and your ability to stay present with the people you love. Now, imagine this. You start your morning with a glass of pomegranate juice to open your arteries, half an avocado to balance your hormones, and a banana with nut butter to ignite your internal battery. That's not just breakfast. That's a strategy. Let me show you how these three fruits, when combined the right way, form one of the most powerful men's health routines I've ever taught. The power of combining all three, a daily routine that rebuilds you. So far, you've met three fruits, each with their own powerful benefits. Pomegranate for blood flow and prostate support. Avocado for hormone balance and testosterone activation. Banana for energy, mental clarity, and arterial health. Now, let's talk about what happens when you stop using these fruits randomly and start using them together. You see, your body doesn't work in parts. It works as a system. Circulation affects hormones. Hormones affect mood. Energy affects everything. And when you support all three at once, blood, hormones, and energy, you don't just feel better, you rebuild yourself. Let me tell you about Richard. He was 69, a retired professor, still sharp, still active, but he described his life as gray. "I'm not depressed," he said. "I just feel like someone dimmed the lights." He was eating okay, sleeping okay, trying supplements here and there. I introduced him to something I call the Morning Vitality Trio, a daily habit designed to wake up a man's biology naturally and safely. This is what I told Richard to do. It takes less than 10 minutes a day. Step 1. Pomegranate juice first 30 minutes of the day. Drink 4 to 6 ounces of pure unsweetened pomegranate juice. Do this on an empty stomach before coffee if possible. Purpose: opens up arteries, increases nitric oxide, supports circulation. Step 2. Avocado with breakfast. Eat half avocado sliced or mashed on toast, eggs, or added to a smoothie. Drizzle with olive oil and sprinkle with sea salt. Purpose: provides healthy fats, magnesium, and zinc to support testosterone and balance hormones. Step 3. Banana eaten alongside or after breakfast. Eat 1 ripe banana, ideally with a tablespoon of nut butter. Purpose: delivers potassium, B6, and natural sugars for stable energy and mood support. Why this works so well? Each fruit helps the others do its job better. Pomegranate improves circulation, so nutrients from the avocado and banana can actually get to the cells where they're needed. Avocado's healthy fats slow the digestion of the banana, giving you longer, steadier energy without blood sugar crashes. Banana's potassium supports healthy arterial tension, amplifying the nitric oxide effects from the pomegranate. It's not just nutrition, it's orchestration. 3 natural tools working together like a symphony. What happened to Richard? After 10 days, he came back to see me. He said he didn't feel gray anymore. His words: "It's like the volume got turned up on everything. My energy, my clarity, even how I feel with my wife." And all he did, he started eating with intention. 3 fruits once a day, every morning. That's it. Your action plan starting tomorrow. You don't need to overhaul your whole diet. You don't need to wait for the perfect time to get serious about your health. You need this one habit every morning. 6 ounces pomegranate juice, half avocado, 1 ripe banana with nut butter. Optional, add a 10-minute walk afterward to boost nutrient delivery and nitric oxide flow. This is how you begin to reverse decline naturally with consistency, not complexity. And now that you know how it works, it's time to seal it all together with a clear, final message. One that brings this whole journey into focus. What this routine really means for your future, your confidence, and your life after 60. Gentlemen, I want you to take a moment not to think about what's wrong, but to imagine what could be right again. Imagine waking up with real energy, not just getting through the day, but starting it with fuel in your body, clarity in your mind, and strength in your core. Imagine walking taller, not just physically, but emotionally, feeling like yourself again, or maybe even better than you have in years. This isn't wishful thinking. This isn't hype. This is what happens when you stop managing symptoms and start giving your body what it actually needs. You've now seen the truth. That pomegranate is more than a fruit. It's a blood flow optimizer that supports your heart, your prostate, and your performance. That avocado doesn't just belong on toast. It's a silent hormone builder that nourishes your testosterone and balances your stress. And that banana isn't just a snack. It's a mitochondrial spark plug that keeps your energy steady, your mood lifted, and your mind focused. Used alone, each of these can make a difference. Used together daily and with purpose, they can completely shift your biology. And no, this isn't about becoming a 5-year-old again. It's about becoming the strongest, most energized version of the man you are right now. Because here's what I know, after working with thousands of men over 60, aging doesn't break you. Giving up does. And the day you stop chasing gimmicks and start feeding your body with intention, that's the day everything begins to change. So, here's what I want from you. If this message spoke to you, even a little, then say it out loud. Say it in the comments. I'm ready. Ready to stop waiting. Ready to stop wondering. Ready to start rebuilding. One morning, one meal, one new habit at a time. Drop your I'm ready below. Tell me which fruit you're starting with. And if there's something on your mind, a question about men's health, energy, sleep, performance, connection, tell me. I read everything. And your comment might inspire the next video.